Hello all, I got another thing to show off today. And as far as I can tell, out of all the videos I've seen and I've looked up, because I couldn't figure this out for a while, and I got a friend to help me do the last, part of it. I've never seen anybody else have this exact, I don't know, wiring job to do a specific thing. I've seen people potentially talk about it, but actually getting it working and done, I've not seen. So I think that's really cool, because this was an idea I had, and I got so tired of figuring it out that I literally tried looking it up. I couldn't figure it out, had a friend help me, and then he was able to do the last part that I just couldn't do. So what it is, let me take the glasses off. So I have an oscillator over here, an AND, concat component, greater component, memory component, memory component. So this might be the biggest, oh, and behind me is a Wi-Fi component, but you don't need that, but it's fun. So this might be the biggest thing that I've made. I have a couple other ideas for other stuff that's a lot less and it's more fun. This was fun and practical both in the game I'm in, and I think a lot of people could get use out of this, especially if you play games where you don't have Discord and you're using the in-game voice chat and in-game chat down here. Anyway, enough with the preamble. This is what it does. So the entire point of it, let me take the fuel out. Well, first off, let me take all this fuel so this son of a bitch doesn't refill the fuel. Open the chat, go to memory 9, take the fuel out, and this is what the machine does. Doop. Better not load that fuel. God damn it, I thought I took all your fuel. Where'd you keep the fuel on you, son of a bitch? Okay, I don't see any more fuel on them. So wait like 10 seconds or so. You better not have fuel. Alright. So here we go. In channel 9, every 10 seconds or so, it's going to put fuel remaining 0. Go. Fuel remaining 0 should be a couple more seconds. I don't know why it's not sending it again. Did I? That's this up. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not sending it again. It should send it on a pretty regular cadence. But the Wi-Fi component's more for fun, but whatever. It sent it, which is what I wanted. So what this does is anytime, whatever you hook this up to, and there's some things that you have to change on it, whatever you hook these components up to and make the necessary changes, it will take whatever value you take out of it, and it'll post it into whatever chat you have, like whatever terminals you have set to it, and whatever Wi-Fi you have set to it. So how this works is, I have it up here too for the engine, but that one's harder to do in the editor, but I'll show you after this. Actually, let's go ahead and go out of this, cancel, main menu, yes, host server, start, sandbox, Brillia, start. Okay. So go to channel 9, same thing. Okay. So while I'm letting all this die out, I'll show you what it does, you sons of bitches. Where are they getting all this fuel from? Okay. See, it said it for a second. You sons of bitches better not have that fuel. Okay. So the oscillator, this is what it's doing. The oscillator is sending out a pulse and it's sending it, the frequency we currently have is 0.08. You bastards. So it's a pulse 0.08 going to an AND, which is set with no false output, 1 output. And this is getting signal in from the oscillator, signal 2 is coming from the concat, and signal out's going to the next AND component. The next AND component is going out to the terminal and to the Wi-Fi. Like, this is the last of the chain. The signal in is coming from the previous AND, signal in 2 is coming from the grader, and the set output is coming from the concat, which is where we're getting the fuel remaining percent. Then now we go to the concat. The concat's getting the memory, and let me put on my glasses real quick. The concat is getting the memory, which is just the text fuel remaining. Signal in 2, which is the amount fuel coming into this. The concat's going out to the AND, the other AND, and to the grader component. Now the grader component is getting the memory component, which 86 is the current percentage we have. You don't necessarily need it to be 86, but we just did it because it's easier to test. It's getting the nuclear reactor fuel percentage out, and it's getting the concat fuel remaining 0, which is the full text. And we're setting that as the output, so it's the output of the grader component. Then the signal out of this is going to one of the ANDs. Then under this is the memory, which is going to the, I believe, the first concat with the text fuel remaining. And the next one is the value going to the grader component, which is the percentage we're looking for. In the concat, the separator, I didn't say this, it's just 2 dots, space. And then that's coming here. They're all talking too much. And then we have it on a steady output coming here, fuel remaining 0, fuel remaining 0, fuel remaining 0. See, up here, we have the same thing. This should be damaged. Oh, it's not damaged yet. So we have the same thing coming to Wi-Fi 9. Let me go ahead and get a wire. Okay, let me go get fuel in this. And glasses are on. So hopefully this gets damaged pretty fast, but I basically have it doing the same thing. It's coming in, it's going to channel 9, it's linked to chat, and I need to link the second hand. It says, oh, it's the white cable. So this one is coming here to this chat. So we basically want this to get damaged, and it should get damaged pretty quickly because I believe I saved it where it gets damaged fast. But it might not be fast enough in this current layout. So let's tell it to autopilot over here and see how fast it gets damaged. Because I increased the values, so it should get fast pretty quickly, but maybe not fast enough. There we go. So 89, 88. Don't fix it, son of a bitch. Come over here. And hopefully after a little bit we see, yeah, the oscillator went, set that off, and now we got engine condition 80. And then if we go over here, in condition 78, engine condition 67, engine condition 65, and it's sending it back and forth. Engine condition 55, 66, and so forth. So that's how it should work. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure why it wasn't continuously sending the fuel one over here. It's possible one of these are wrong in my testing. Let's check real quick. Let's do some live troubleshooting to find out if something is wrong. So we got the oscillator sending to the pulse. So that's correct. It's sending to the AND component. The next AND component should have... Oh, see, it's not getting the output that we want over here. So this second one might be an issue. Let's see. No, see, this one has a 1, too. And it's working just fine. Oh. It's still going. So let's find out why this is being an issue. That's correct. Second and fuel remaining 0, 0, negative. It's coming in from the end, the grader, the concat's going out to terminal and Wi-Fi, which is correct. The concat, that is correct. It's coming in from memory, coming in from the nuclear reactor percentage left, from and grader. Come over here to grader. This might be the issue. So the grader shouldn't have anything there. So let's see if it still sends. Okay, it still sent. See, it didn't send to memory though. Okay, well, that didn't change the grader. Let's make sure the grader has the concat, fuel remaining 0, 0. Check the memory component, fuel remaining. Going out to concat, right above it, correct. Memory component, 86, going to the grader component, that is correct. Oh, do I not have it set to Wi-Fi? It says I do. It's going to the correct Wi-Fi, but let's take that out and let's reseat it. Maybe it fucked up. Let's try channel 2, see if something happened. Oh, that's not good. We're gonna die. See, that's actually has me curious why it's not working now for that specific one, because that's a copy and paste of the two. So let's go back to the editor and do some more troubleshooting. Disconnect, yes. Submarine editor. Brillia. So let's go wiring guide. We got channel 9, link to chat. Channel 9, link to chat. Pulse. Pulse. Output 1, 0. 1. Or 1 blank. Plus 1 blank. 1 blank. Concat. I don't think that would be an issue, but let's fix that. Fix that. Grader. So I have 1 0 over here. I have 1 0 over here. I thought one of these didn't have the 0. Let's find out what happens. Got all 3. Got all 3. Fuel remaining. Okay, that seems correct. It's tied to Wi-Fi. Let's go steal some fuel. Fuck you. So the fuel remaining is an oddity where it's not going seemingly as it should in here. So I wonder if only certain things can post more than once in here. Or it could be because both of these are trying to go to the channel at the same time. Let's find out. Let's try 8. No, that's not it. Is it too fast, maybe? Let's slow it down to 0.7. Because you can't spam the chat, which we figured out, because it'll just not do anything. But typically 0.08 was good enough to bypass where it didn't count as spam and it could still go. So it's still not going. Let's try changing... Get out of my way. Let's try changing this to channel 2. It could be this Wi-Fi component's fucked up, too. So let's try that. Because I have been editing these to do some testing. So let's take this Wi-Fi component. Let's put it right here. Here, 1. Signal out. Wi-Fi signal in. Channel 8. Okay, so if it comes through again, then that Wi-Fi component I somehow fucked up. And it wasn't my actual wiring anywhere. Because I've not run into this before. So weird. This is the first time I've run into this. I wonder if I... so I have this going to the concat and the grader. So concat, let's do condition out, and grader condition out. And that should change everything else. Where it does the next condition. Well, condition out might be a bad example. Let's do fuel out. See what that does, because that's technically 0. Can you only have one chat component? Or one Wi-Fi component? So let's try this real quick. Because you don't need multiple Wi-Fi, I was just doing that as testing. So let's come over here, come over here. Take this. So this Wi-Fi component. This one. Take that. Take that. See what happens. I wonder if it doesn't resend when it's straight at 0. Like, I wonder if fuel is weird like that and it doesn't keep on sending. Let's see what's coming in here. Yeah. That's so weird. I don't have an empty... Let's try this. Let's try 98 as the number. It says 97 because it might need to update every time. That might be what it is. It has to update. Okay, yeah, so that's what it is. It has to update it. That makes sense because we have the AND components where it's looking for an update, and it can't update if it's at 0. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, there we go. We troubleshooted it, and then I found out why it didn't do it. Anyway, I'll probably put tags in there so you can skip this whole part of me troubleshooting why one wasn't working. So the main idea of this is, for my ship, we're not necessarily role-playing, we're just playing the game, but we might do this on my ship for fun. And for role-playing servers, I think this could be cool because you could have, like, Channel 9 to be the engineering team. So all engineering team can go on Channel 9 and you can see the status of the fuel. And if you want to slow this down, you could slow it down like a good margin. So it doesn't update you like every couple seconds. You could have the things that you want set to a specific timer, dealing with the oscillator and just lowering the time that kind of suits what you want, and you can gauge it. So we thought of Channel 9 to being engineering team. Channel 8 could be mechanical. Channel 7 could be like, you know, whatever else you want. Like the guy that's only over the reactor and he goes to fix the hull or something. Anything that has a condition that can be pushed out, that typically goes from 100 to lower, you can do this with. And I know if you do multiple fuels, it actually changes the it changes the fuel out. God damn it. Before this catches on fire. I know it changes the fuel percentage left to a lot higher. So if you wanted to do this with multiple fuel rods, what you're need to do is on the memory component, well, on the fuel remaining, so you would do fuel remaining, fuel percentage left, go out to a divide component, divide it by 4, because each fuel rod can be 100%. So you just divide it by 4, and then that will show you the true value of your fuel rods left if you have 4 in there. And then you would just divide by 4, then send that into the greater than component. Because I just have this at 100. Well, I just have this going straight in because it shows 100 left. So you would just want to divide that by 4, so then it can take the 100 base and then work with that, so you don't have to do any extra math. So fuel percentage left, out to divide that number by 4, then push that out to the greater component and the concat, and then you're good. Alright, that'll be it for this video. I thought this was really cool. Me and my friend figured this out, and I thought it was awesome. The hardest part of this was specifically finding out how to delay the signal, and a delay component does not work the way you think it's going to work. So the thing my friend figured out was do a pulse, slow it way down, put the pulse into the AND, so when the fuel's low, that goes in here, and then every once in a while the pulse will send based on how you tweak it, and then that's what's finishing the AND circuit and then sending it. And this next AND circuit is getting sent with the condition being low, the oscillator, and then it's doing the greater component, so it's only sending when you're below a certain amount. So it's not sending all the way from 100 to down. But this is truly now the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. If you want any more information on this or have any other ideas of what this could be used for, please let me know, because I've only thought of it tied to chat and terminal. Oh, and for this terminal, just real quick, for the link to chat to be seen, the host of the game has to allow that as an option under the anti-griefing. So it can be allowed in the main game, but the host has to allow it for that checkbox to show up in the main game. If it doesn't, you can't have that, but you can only have it go to the terminal, which I think is perfectly fine if you're doing role-playing. Or just that's all you can do because the host won't allow it. But okay, there we go. Have a great day. See you guys.